would like to know if anybody has any strange story.
Oh, well, that happens to me every day.
Well, okay. Well, I know I can't get it all today.
You just talked about that crazy dream.
Yeah. I saw you in my dream last night.
Yeah?
And you had a stone in your mouth. I think it was you. It was like an ancient being, first of all.
Oh, I am.
Wait, you want me to tell you the dream?
Would you?
I was digging for treasures.
Okay.
In the earth, you know, and then there was like this monument of crystals where I took one, and like I'm very connected to the dream world, like lucid dreaming and all that stuff. Yeah. And then I took this crystal, and it didn't, you know, I wanted that one, but it was not the right one. And then I grabbed one that looked exactly like one that I found in my pocket that I had in these jeans since a while. And then I went to this other part, and it was in Germany. And I was digging up first I was in a different country. I was digging up, you know, the earth, and then there was like this tomb. And then in this tomb there was a lady full of water, but I didn't know she was alive or dead, you know, in between worlds. And then I took her socks off, you know, and then I was like, is she alive? And I put the sock away, and then she starts to move, and then it was like, and she was like, oh, you just woke me up from such a, and now what year is it, you told me, and then this, you know, she starts, I have to do things, I have to get to some people, and then she starts running and looking, and the stone she had in her mouth, I moved it, you know, and I think it was that one in your finger.
Oh my gosh, that is so, I've never worn this before.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, I just...
It was, but you know, I was like, there's going to be someone I meet today that reminds me of that person.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because we left the hotel.
Yeah.
We were out of the room, and I said, I forgot something, and I ran back in and put this on.
Crazy.
And I wasn't going to wear it. It was just... It is weird.
That happens to me all the time.
A lot of times, in the morning, he comes and he's like, Johnny, I saw something in my dreams. You know, we're gonna make this happen. And all the time we're gonna do it. And he's right.
What's even stranger about that whole paranormal story is that I never, ever wear big white rings, ever. It's always something small, generally black. And I don't even know why I bought that. I was at a crystal shop that a friend of mine owns, and something just, I don't know, it called to me, so I grabbed it. And it gets even crazier because after the show, after all the bands played, and now I was at the barrier right up front, and nobody bumped into me, banged into me, anything like that. At the end of the show, I looked down, and the stone from the ring was gone. It was like literally nowhere. Now, I hadn't moved through those whole bands, and the crowd wasn't crazy. This was a rock and roll crowd. It wasn't a mosh pit type thing. And, you know, people were jumping up and down, but there was no reason for the stone to fall out of the ring. Couldn't find it anywhere. And a friend of mine who knows a lot about crystals and things explained that a crystal, when it's done its job, sometimes will disappear. And it did. So, again, I had no clue I was going to get a paranormal story out of all this and introduce people to some really great music.